What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And LeVon Maynard.
Welcome to the show.
What is going on? Welcome back. So if you listened to yesterday's episode, so the Monday episode, we talked about how the FBI, NSA, and CISA are warning about APT, Russian state-funded hackers, digging into our systems off very old vulnerabilities. So definitely check that one out. Wednesday, we kind of tie into that with our weekly discussion where we talk about Russia doing some stuff with the Ukraine. And then there may be a CISP, Ask a CISP episode this week. See if I can get somebody booked on that one. And then Friday, talk about everything else. Go Bills for y'all watch the game. keep putting it out there until I can't. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But without further ado, I give it to Shannon.
All right. So the story is actually from thehackernews.com, and it's our buddy Ravi Lakshmanan. I hope I'm saying that right, Ravi. I may not be, but the title of this one is Gootloader Hackers Targeting Employees of Law and Accounting Firms, right? So Gootloader, right? So what is Gootloader? So Gootloader is when you have these hackers that get access to legitimate sites, right? And what they try to do is they try to get these to be sites that you like. If you're doing any type of search on, let's just say Google, right? Let's just use Google for instance. They have control of these sites, and they're infecting people when they infecting people's systems when they go to check for these search results, right? So you go and you search for an answer for something, right? Site appears legitimate, right? You go, you click on it, and all of a sudden, you're in the danger zone at that point, right? So they end up delivering malware to your system. But the point of this is, right, that's what Gootloader is. The point of this is that they're actually going after law and accounting firms now, right? So accounting firms, that's the one that really worries me, right? Law firms, okay, yeah, you may get, some case notes or something like that, but accounting firms is when you're dealing with people's money, right? And who knows, they could be whaling, right? Like this could be one of those things where they're going after the big dogs at these companies, but we don't know for sure. But the way they do it is they try to get someone, again, to go to these websites, click on a link. The Gootloader, it delivers this ransomware to their system, right? Banking Trojan or something like that. Some type of credential stealer, you know what I mean? And so when they do this, again, like you could be none the wiser, right? Like you could be on there, you're doing whatever you're doing after you've gone to this site that you thought was legitimate, you've gone past it, you've forgotten all about it, right? So but the way they get you to go to these sites is kind of social networking, right? It's like I don't have any Facebook friends or anything like that, right? Like I'm not the social media guy, but I imagine, when you get on there, maybe it's one of these fake accounts that I hear so much about, right? Like that are helping steal elections and whatnot, that are out there just trying to get you to, go search for things or click on them to do what to search for things that you think you're looking for from a legitimate site, but you're not, right? And then what ends up happening is they end up getting control of your system. So but again, so right now they're going after law and accounting firms, but this could be anybody, right? Like this could be anybody that's a big dog at any company or whatever, right? And it's just, I don't know, you just got to be careful out there. But with this, I don't know, I will admit this, I don't necessarily know what to look for in this to say, okay, well, this is what I should be looking for on this site when I go to do this, that, and the third. You're probably not going to know you got hit by it until all of a sudden, your money ends up funny, right? Like, oh man, what's going on here? You know what I mean? But yeah, LeVon, what you think about this, man?
Yeah, man, I think it's pretty interesting. But my first thought is, Shannon, we need to get you some friends on Facebook. I know you got some people out there that like you, so I'm gonna get you some friends.
Hey, anybody, I don't need Facebook friends. Anybody I know I hit them up. We chill. You know, we do whatever. We'll talk on the
Okay,
phone. We'll
okay.
text. I'm old school, right? I'm one of the people that think you have a phone to talk to people. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
I'm
right.
crazy like that.
Use the phone for what it's used, what's supposed to be used for, right?
Yeah,
Not just like searching the web.
Never, never. A phone call is inconvenient.
Right. I need a text message or a chat message. But yeah, no. I guess get back on topic though. Besides Shannon's friend situation, a Gootloader is pretty interesting hack. And the fact, like you mentioned, it's targeting employees of law and accounting firms. I mean, bottom line is we know any system that's connected to the internet, to the web, that's available online is a potential target for hackers. And we just gotta, we and they have to be prepared and be ready for these attackers to try to exploit their systems and try to make sure that, we as consumers and business owners and what have you, we have to make sure our assets are protected as best as we can, because they're coming for you, no matter who you are, where you're at. I mean, if you have something open, available on the internet, and somebody get to it, can reach to it from wherever, from the web, you are at risk of being attacked. So you do everything you can to try to make sure you stay up on your patches and, I don't know, mitigate. We just talked about it on Monday. Making sure that you have multi-factor authentication enabled, you have network segmentation, you have all these different kind of standard, strong passwords, you have kind of standard security measures that you need to take to make sure everything stays secure. But you can see from this article that they're coming after law firms. I can imagine being in the middle of like a case or something like that, or like either being a lawyer or being somebody that's being represented by a lawyer, and you're like, yeah, I gave out the lawyer all my information, and they have it saved in the files, all my secrets and all this kind of stuff. And all of a sudden that stuff gets taken and exploited, used for blackmail or whatever.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that, LeVon.
Yeah.
I just wrote it off like, okay, whatever. You get some case file. Something
right.
You bring up a good point right there, man.
Yeah. Because that's supposed to be like with the lawyer client, confidential. Yeah. So you got those things you can tell your lawyer, but they're not supposed to tell anybody else. But also they have it saved on a computer that gets hacked, and now everybody knows what you just told your lawyer. So that can be a big deal for some people. But yeah, it's very interesting. It's a kind of age old, we talk about all the time. People just gotta be prepared for these invasions of privacy, from these hackers and stuff like that. So, but it's really good, interesting information there. But Ryan, what you think about this?
I would say just be paranoid. Like whenever you're doing your searching or clicking on links, like I'm always paranoid, right? I don't. Someone sends me an email with a link in and I never click it. You know what I mean? Like I just don't, unless not even from trusted sources, because people's accounts get hacked all the time. So if someone you haven't talked to in a while sends you an email and it has links in it, probably don't click that.
Yeah.
And when I search for things, I typically don't click on top results because I don't like feeding the ads, but I also don't click on websites I'm unfamiliar with, right? Like somebody might have a brilliant answer in some off-brand website, just never going to learn it. Like I go to the same websites all the time. I try to always type in the correct URL, or if I do type it in correctly, like typically search engine like Google, did you mean? Yes, I did. And I'll click that and I'll let them correct it for me, because these are off-brand sites. Like it's Google with an extra L, or what I mean, like any other type of people mess this up a lot. So I'm going to buy this URL and then weaponize it against people. So just be paranoid, and it usually keep you out of trouble. You might have a couple of your Facebook friends like, oh, you didn't look at my funny meme? Like, no, I didn't look at that.
But you got
did not click that. Yeah. Did not click that.
Don't have that problem.
Right.
There you go. Yeah. Well, you always see that. It's somebody will be like, yeah, don't click the link. Like my account got hacked or what have you.
Yep.
You just have to just be paranoid before you click on these things. That should get you into a safer space. So my 2 cents.
Wise words there. Wise words.
Be paranoid. Ryan Williams. But I think that pretty much does it for this episode. So always a great discussion. I think this one was pretty concise. So hit up the website, www.theothersideofirewall.com. You can tell all of our socials. You can hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter, and TikTok. And you, LeVon?
Yes, sir. You can hit me up on the Twitters at LeVon Maynard.
There it is. Stay safe, stay secure.
Take care.